Alright, here we go. We got another game. This time we got some Thresh gameplay to be looking through here. We got cakeated on the championship Thresh skin. So we got that quirky Thresh bot lane versus got Jinx Morgana. So interesting. Quirky has some nice burst potential, but Morgana with good black shields could screw up some of the possible plays down here. But I do think it is definitely a relatively even matchup. Could go either way depending on the plays that are being made. Let's look at the rest. Nothing too crazy on their team. No like 5-man teleports like we saw in one of the old games. Your team does have a teleport with Nasus, and Pantheon, so actually your team could be the team that would be coming a lot bot. Bringing a couple people bot, and even Annie could roam for a 5-man bot. So it is possible to still see some crazy stuff happening bot lane. So yep, game about to start. There we go. I think. No. Oh, everybody hasn't loaded. Never mind. We're still waiting. Anything unusual about the summoners? Ignite's on mids. Teleport versus Ignite on top. Heals on the ADs. Exhaust on support. Nope, no. Nothing crazy. Let's go over to Thresh. Got some Thresh here. Let's see, you should be starting with the normal... Wait, why can't I... Or, yeah. There's no one bought items for the first 10 seconds. I was like, why can't I see anything? So I'm guessing you're going to start with the coin, 2 health pots, 1 ward build. That'd be... Wait, why did it not click in? There we go. So it looks like you are taking a while to buy. Like I've said in other videos, try to buy as quick as possible to defend against invades and such, which they got out really quick. If they would have done a fast invade, like if they actually wanted to invade and just come right here, they would have already been here before anyone got there. They did a good job to get out and really defend this blue. Except for, like, Riven should be at least here, but that has nothing to do with you. So, this is what you got. You start with the coin health, yeah. Coin, 1 ward, 2 health pots. So that's good. 25 armor, that feels kind of low. I'll have to look at your runes afterwards to see what you're running. I think you're definitely running some AD, which I think I used to do on Thresh. I don't know if I do that anymore. But, yeah, I don't know, this feels pretty low. So yeah, you're doing a pretty good job here covering this buff. Honestly, if they're not gonna... no, this is fine. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, this is pretty risky with, no one down here. If for some reason they were just, like, super manly and, like, walked up in here and then you guys would walk in and just get screwed, but yeah, I don't know. So, but, like, preferably one of you would be there and one of you would be here. Although even more preferably Pantheon would just start red, but yeah, that's fine. You guys covered it fine. You started Q, which I agree with. I like starting Q, so you have at least some potential threat at level 1. So you want to get to this bush as quick as possible. I'm assuming you're just typing or something there. Quirky got poked. Missed the hook. Let me put this on manual. As you heard. It's good to drop that ward right away. So Quirky's playing pretty aggressive, so that's good. So you can also be pretty aggressive and try to, like, you don't want to go this far. You want to, like, hold on. You want to, like, kind of play off of your AD in terms of trading. See, like, when he's up here, you want to be up there and attacking. Like, see, he's going up, but you're backing out. You want to stay with him. But now once he backs out, you need to back out. You need to be constantly seeing what he's doing. Like, you just kind of took 2 free hits and chased too far. But that wasn't too bad, but that could punish you later, like if Morgana had bind and stuff. You want to be able to dodge that. That honestly wasn't too hard to dodge. No, you're just like you can go for this Morgana. Like you over oh god. Yeah, that was really bad. That was a pretty necessary flash, so good not just trying to be cocky and saving it. Because if that hits you, pretty could have, like, probably were dead. But, let's go back to the start of this fight. It's like you kind of overextend here, which draws Corky to overextend. And, like, yeah, I don't know. You guys just aren't on the same page, which obviously it's solo queue, but you just gotta try to take less. Like here, you can just hook this Morgana. Like just hook this Morgana and like be a threat to her. You don't need to like. There's this Jinx is in perfectly safe position. Like here, like you just want you can even maybe dodge it this way, but just dodge left. Like if you just dodge left right away, there's no way that hits. But that, like I said, that didn't really matter in the long run. It's just when this happens, okay, that's fine. But when this Morgana steps up, you can't keep chasing this Jinx. Like Morgana is protecting Jinx well. Like you can go for this Morgana right here, but going for this Jinx is just like, I don't know. You're just overextending on this, and then missing the hook is super important. I don't know. I feel like that was maybe like not as crazy as I thought it was. More quirky, just being stupid. But like I don't know. You shouldn't have. Like you shouldn't be up that far level 1 really. Like just hooking Morgana would have been perfectly fine. Yeah, like I said, that was a good flash. Like at this point, or like at this level of play, especially in the early game when you're just trying to kind of figure out what your AD is gonna do and how he's gonna play, I would say your number 1 goal is to not die and not let your AD die. Your number 2 goal is to make sure your AD isn't zoned, and those are pretty much your only 2 goals. Like, everything after that is just gravy. Like once you know you can trust your AD to make plays and like you're in a decently safe spot, then you can start trying to like make like not greedy, but go like aggressive and going past the minions and hooking and stuff. But like level 1, when you have no idea how the game's gonna go, is just kind of crazy. So here you're just kind of standing around. That's fine. Took a little bit of free damage. Like, see, like, you lost almost half of your health just because you went for a soul. You don't really want to do that. That's another thing. You don't want to get yourself chunked, and then, which also goes back to goal number 2 of not letting your AD get zoned. Because if you get chunked, then your AD is going to get zoned, which now you're getting chunked more. See, this Morgana is zoning Corky, because you're back here. But that, okay, good hook. Good hook. Flay him in. I wouldn't have exhausted her, because now this is going to go not nearly as well as it should have. Yeah, the exhaust on Morgana was a super waste. Like, see, this is good. Like, Jinx isn't really playing up with Morgana, so you get the hook, and you get this. Here, you need to just run over to this Jinx and exhaust. If anything, like, or just back out. Like, once Corky gets exhausted, there's nothing that's going to work out for you. And, like, you just don't want to exhaust Morgana, like, almost ever. Unless you're, like, I don't know. I don't know when you would want to exhaust Morgana. There might be a time, but it would be very, very rare. So let's see what's happening. Let's put these together. So he wants Ruby Crystal and a ward. Yeah, that's the perfect purchase. I might have waited for a health pot, just because this poke is gonna. Like you've been getting kind of poked down some, and you don't wanna. You wanna try not to do that. Well, I mean, you either have to wait for a health pot or just play the lane a little bit smarter, which I mean you can, so it won't be too bad. But yeah, I would definitely like the Ruby Crystal and ward. So there you might have had a chance for Morgana. The hook is missed. Like here, your like I said, your first goal is to not let you or Corky die. So your first instinct every time when a fight's about to break out, especially with this minion wave like this, like you do not want to fight, you want to throw your lantern on him, like instantly at the start of this fight, and then think about what you're trying to do with maybe hooking or maybe flaying or whatever. Like you wanna do the shield first. Oh god, see, no, he's dead. And there you might have been able to step in front of that, but that was just kind of bad by Corky. But yeah, like see, you literally you blocked the last hit, but I mean, I don't know. Like using the shield at the start probably would have helped quite a bit. Yeah, maybe you couldn't have. It would have been tough to block that. But like I said, using the shield at the start is super important. So like here, while you're just sitting here, I would just ward this bush. Like that's all you can do right now. That's the only thing that's safe for you to do, and it's a pretty important thing too, in case they were to dive you later. So like now you're just getting chunked more. Like there's no reason for you to be up here. You just lost half your health, so now when Corky comes back, like, you're still gonna, like, have him be zoned. I mean, I guess they're probably gonna have to be, because they're both but, yeah.
1 o'clock, I watch him in bed.
No. Like you're still kind of like this is kind of risky. I would just ward this and wait at the tower. There's no reason to even give her a chance to bind you. What the? I I have literally no idea what the. I'm not really sure what that was. That was interesting to say the least. But here, I would like I said, just word this still. Maybe help, maybe just throw your lantern out on this and B, because I think you can get Sightstone. No, you're not quite at Sightstone. So maybe wait. How close are you? If you sold this ward 30, what was it, 475? Yeah, maybe just take like like one CS, kind of unassumingly, and then B. Because Sightstone's really important right now when you guys are this far behind. Like I said, this would have been a good time to like even like when you're sure they beat, you could maybe even have warded up here, which would have helped even more. But instead, like there just wasn't any ward placement going on. This was a poor ward by. Although I guess they're probably gonna push back, so this will be the bush you want warded anyway. But for right now, that doesn't really do you guys any good. So like, you don't want to be trading with her. You guys can't trade at this point. The only thing you can try to do is land like hooks and that you can't really go in on. Now Cat is down here, which you guys don't know about because you never warded that. Ooh, almost landed. Yeah, this is getting scary. Oh, and that was good exhaust. Yeah, it didn't matter. Ooh. Peace. But yeah, that's where the whole... Like, when you guys are going to be constantly in your tower warding this bush, it's pretty important, because they're like, either the jungler or the mid lane can come down and wreck you. So now you have enough for Sightstone, so I'd get Sightstone, which you do. Maybe just like a health pot and a pink ward or something. Which is exactly what, good purchases. I'd probably sell this stealth sword. You don't really need it with the Sightstone. I mean, I guess you don't need to sell it. There's no reason to. But I'd use it first. To maybe use it last. I don't know. Yeah, I guess for now it doesn't matter just because you're not really running out of inventory slots. It doesn't. This is kind of a small thing though. But here, like instead of just standing here, you need to get like vision here. Here, let me put this on. You guys blue. So like right now you're like completely dark. This is good. You're doing this. I would ward here, and I'd just ward over to dragon, because you need to like know if they're doing dragon. But you didn't do that, so you like they can for sure do dragon for free at any time, and you guys won't know about it. Like the map is pretty dark. And with losing bot tower this soon, I would also think about warding either here or in this bush. Like it doesn't really matter too much, I guess. But just so you can see if mid lane like roams down through here, their jungler, because like not having this tower just and this wave being pushed in like this allows their jungler to be like so much more aggressive, because they know like that their lane is just so much closer to your jungle, so they can like rotate a lot easier. But yeah, at this point, you can't really look to try to make any plays. It's literally just about warding at this point. That's the only part of the game that you can try to do something. Yeah, that Corky squish. I mean, I don't know. This Morgana would just have to leave the Jinx, or like something like this, and if you had hookup, you could maybe get the Jinx in front like that. Like when they're going that greedy, you might be able to. Yeah, this is good. Oh, block it. Oh no, that was like fine, but I don't know. I would have. Wait, what the heck did I do? Whoops. Farthest viewed. There we go. I would have like blocked. You definitely got to try to block the ult. Did you shield either? I don't know. Let me look. So that's good. I would have just ulted like instantly there, and tried to have a chance. Yeah, you never shielded. Here, let me watch this again from the start and say like exactly. So this is good. You're hitting. Good half speed. Like Jinx, like right in the back. You can hook. That actually flay first. That's fine. Hook, and then I would ult instantly, and then drop your shield on Corki, like as you're doing that. Instead, you just didn't ult, and then never, like, you still just never drop your shield on Corki. I guess you're trying to get out of this Morgana snare, so that's fine in terms of the not blocking the ult, but, like, you gotta use your shield. Like, you're maxing your shield, which is good, especially when you're behind, but you're not using it, so that it doesn't really help. You gotta try to dodge those a little better. Maybe stay a little more out of range. I mean, I know you're trying to protect the tower, but I don't know. Like I said, like at some point you guys really needed to get some word. Now they just got their second tower. You like just run to base. Like this. This is super duper duper greedy. Just run to base. Like there's legitimately zero reason that you should have still been there, and you just burned flash because of it. So I mean, like you guys are getting absolutely raffle stomped, but the game is overall is still like close. And your Annie's crushing mid, sort of. I mean, she has 2 kills too, but the CS differential is pretty huge. And wow, your Nasus is winning top. Yeah, I mean, the only problem is like losing both towers is really super bad. Like this is gonna come down to super big time to you warding things, and trying to not let your like the bot lane roam and or get roamed on because you guys have no tower protection. Secure, you could have kept chasing. No, well, maybe not. Now I gotta get out. I would throw this lantern to him, and oh my Jesus. I would not keep chasing. This is really risky. Oh, okay. Well, you caught a Morgana. I don't know what she was doing still over there. I don't know what's going on. But here, oh my Jesus. Cause, like, you need to get ward here, get a ward here. Like, if one person's dead and you know Udyr is, like, on the back, like, running away. You need to be looking, like, besides your own lane to ward here. That was a good ward there. But now, I mean, actually now, because Pantheon is kind of clearing this out for you, you can follow him and get a word like up here, which is actually even better than wording here. Like you can word maybe here and like here or here. I mean either one. Is this a little better because like you can see this whole area. If you worded like in this corner, that because of the way the fog of war works, you probably won't get this whole vision. Like if they're walking through this way and such. So now you end up having to run through this way, and you don't even know. I mean, you would have had to do it anyway, but you don't know if it's safe. I mean, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But see, like here, at least drop a word back here. Like you had plenty of chances to word here. You had another chance to word here. Just never got of it. You never got vision here. This was good. Whoever worded this that's a solid word. But like, there's still no like coverage through this whole entire like curve. Just basically, like, I said the same thing to Brandon when he was playing Thresh, and a game almost exactly similar to this, where like there's basically 4 entrances to every jungle. Like there's this is one this whole curve like from here to here to here to here, like that's one. Then this is another one like up here and here, and then this is another one like this, like the same. It's just symmetric, like this like kind of banana. Like if you just think of a huge banana. Like going all the way through there is one, and then the same on the other side, and then like I said, like here to here, kind of a weird shaped banana, and the same on the other side. So there's basically four ways to get into the jungle, like on both sides, and depending on like how exactly the game is going, you just need to kind of have that much depth. Like right now, you obviously aren't gonna have words like here. Like you just can't do that. So like a word like where that word was here, like that's a little safer, and maybe you can't get there. So then this word's fine. Like it's just kind of the same. Like this is the same word as this, which is the same word as this. It's just in terms of how the game is going. Like those are all the same word. It's just like in terms of the depth you can get into their jungle. And it's like the same. Like this is the same as this, which is the same as this or this, and which is the same as this. Like it's all the same thing. I mean, obviously, sometimes, or if possible, like if it's more like no one really lost their lane and all these towers are up, you're gonna want like maybe a ward here and a ward here, because then like that's even better. Like then you have like this whole area and this whole area. But when you're like this far behind, and like you're not gonna have time to be getting wards like here and here as much, but definitely not here. Like then these safer wards are like just the minimum to at least ensure your safety. Like I said. It's like the key. Like right now, I'm hoping you're going to award this instead. But like this word is kind of useless, and by kind of I mean almost completely. I mean at least does something, but you were already so deep. That's a good hook. That was a good job focusing him. You want to drop your shield on the yeah. It was a good job originally. Well, let's talk about what you should have done to start. First of all, let's just assume the Katarina had come from this side. I mean, she had an equally likely chance of coming from either side. I mean, I guess I should have probably seen this happening. I don't know. I don't know what ended up happening over there. But if let's just assume she came from here. Had you done that ward up here, you would have seen her. Yeah, and actually, you do end up seeing her because of these two. But either way, like I said, you should have warded up here. Second of all, then this fight breaks out. Annie goes on Jinx, which is good. And then you see the ult, and you get the hook perfectly. That's perfect. See, now your focus needs to immediately go to Katarina. Like you just need to. I mean, it's good to get the auto, but you need to focus. You need to look at this. You need to shield your team. You need to look at this Katarina, and you need to like E her out of that. I mean, I guess they died so freaking fast that there is pretty much nothing you're ever gonna do. But yeah, yeah. They just died so fast. There's never anything you're gonna be able to do except, like I said, at least shield. But because of the Thresh nerf, it probably wouldn't have helped. It would have helped one person maybe, which maybe would have been the person who died first, which gave her the resets. So that's key. Like here, this game, I don't like these boosts of mobility at all. I've told this to Brandon, the exact same thing. Merc treads, I just feel like are so much more useful, especially like when like there's just they have number one they have a bajillion magic damage. Number two, like you're probably going to be looking at like one of the main initiators, and you're going to need to be going into this magic damage. So having those merc treads will really help. I don't think the extra movement speed is worth it. I mean, they're good, but in most cases, almost like I pretty much always take merc treads. I mean, maybe that's wrong, but in this case especially, I would for sure take merc treads. And then here, looks like you're going towards. Yeah, this game's just like there's only 17 minutes in. So I was wondering like you don't even have Australia's yet, but the game's just going so fast. Honestly, even before merc treads, I probably would have just bought Shirley's for your team. So yeah, that worked out pretty well. Oh, maybe not. Ooh. All right. You gotta just auto him. Like at that point, just take the kill. And like again, you're like this is still perfect times to be getting more wardage. Like you're just not using this time to get wards out. But I'll go back to that fight again really fast because there was a little bit of questionableness. See here? Let me go back. So you go over there. Come over eventually. Here we go. So Pantheon's going in. You see this ult. So you go in nicely. You want to, like... Your first thing should have been shielding this Annie. Like, the fact that she lived is, like, pretty incredible. But had you shielded, there would have been a much higher chance of her living. I mean, she ended up living anyway, like I said. But had you shielded, that would have been a much, like, safer play. And then you can try to go for the hook. But yeah. Besides that, I think it's fine. But like I guess like basically the same thing I've said about 10 times is look to use your shield like earlier to actually like shield damage. This is a good word, whoever did this. Especially now that you guys actually have like Nasus pushing up. And like your bot's pushing too. So now like this is what like see now you guys are kind of like creating a a push. Like this gives you control over this. Like if you had a ward over here or at least here, like it's just kind of slowly making your way up there, like into their jungle. Like, see how this side's like a little far? Like, this is good cover. This is the exact coverage you should accept with maybe a ward here too. This is the type of ward coverage you should have had when you were like losing this tower. This is perfect for that. But now when you guys are actually kind of coming back and roaming a bit more, you want to push them up a little farther. Like kind of more how they are on this side, like this up here and this one up more, and this one, like those three are up. This one's a little far back, but these two, this one and this one are both perfect. So you got Shrelia, so that's good. I would for sure prioritize Aegis in this game. Like, frickin' Katarina hurts a lot. Morgana hurts a decent amount. And just, like, so much magic damage. And there's not really, like, I mean, Morgana bind for, whatchamacallit? Mikhail's. To try to get him out of the CC, but I honestly think the shield would be just as good and a lot more, like, efficient in a lot more different, like, areas. So this ward is okay to really see if the blue's there, but it just doesn't do a whole lot. Like I mean, actually, I guess it's not too bad. Well, apparently this is pinked, but it actually looked like it did give vision if they had crossed through here. So I guess that's not too bad. But yeah, at least you had the right idea doing that. So you have the vision here. I would try to get a ward right in the bush more, but besides that, that was good. That was actually not bad. I have to watch it in slow-mo to see it a little better, but damn, that sucks. Like, you might have gone in a bit early, but I need to watch it a little bit better here. Because obviously you see Pantheon going in. So what do you have? You have everything up. You have Exhaust up. So I don't think your hook's in range to actually hook any of them. So you hook the dragon. Actually, you might have been able to hook Udyr, which would have probably been better. If you flay, you ult. Do you get your shield down? You do get your shield down. A little late. It was a good exhaust. Well, let me look at the timing on the exhaust. The shield was a little late, but I guess it didn't end up mattering. You probably like it wouldn't have been too much different. I think the only thing is exhausting Cat faster, but like I said, I need to look at it again. So you're in range to exhaust Cat instantly, like even before the flay. So there's a lot of time that she could have been exhausted. Like she could have been exhausted already, and then when she jumps in and does like 1 billion damage, that wouldn't have happened. And then she finally gets exhausted right before you die. It was just too slow of an exhaust in that situation. And that's like again like the whole Merc Treads thing, too. Would have made you quite a bit tankier, and maybe you lived a little longer. So yeah, between the shield was a little late, the exhaust was very late, and I think Merc Treads are better. Those are basically the 3 points I'm making there. So let's see. Right now you guys have pretty good vision across. Going in, pick up a kill. It's good. So here, what did you end up buying? You got chain. This makes absolutely no sense. Like literally 0 sense. I mean, I'm assuming you're going for Randuin's, which I mean, the Jinx is strong, but you have a lot better chance of like picking off the Jinx and killing her than you do, and like taking less damage from her than you do taking less damage from the Katarina. Plus, you can help your team a lot more by getting like even like Aegis actually helps against Jinx too because of the well, I mean once you get the locket, but yeah, helps against both of them. While Randuin's helps only against Jinx and Riven, but Riven's kind of like, I mean she's Riven, so she probably can still like one-shot your AD, but I don't know, it's not worth it. So wait, you guys were over here, weren't you? Guys were just over here. I was just looking at your items, but like when you're going up over here, like why be over here if you're not trying to place wards? Place a ward on Baron, place a ward up here or in this bush. Either one is fine. Like why? Like you're spending time walking through areas that need to be warded and then just not warding them. Like that is literally like your main goal. Like this ward, that's useless. You already well, first of all, this should have been in here, but that doesn't really do anything. Like this isn't like they're not gonna just sit on the side here, and now you guys are already up here. Like so, this ward's already useless. If you had absolutely zero vision anywhere, then like okay, fine, but like you already had some vision, and you kind of knew they weren't like right there. That's a good hook on Jinx. Oh my Jesus Christ. That was what we like to call okay, so back to the whole Katarina thing. We like had if you were like basically you're building as if Katarina doesn't exist, and then you're fighting as if Katarina doesn't exist. It was like I said, it was a good hook on Jinx if you were building correctly. If you had Merc Treads and a Negatron Cloak, you would have lived 1,000 times. Like you would have for sure lived through like all this happening, and then this is good. Then you want to initiate on Jinx and try to get her out of the fight, and you can live through Katarina. But instead, you like literally just completely beyond melt because you have zero MR, and then like I don't know. So like now, because of the way you built, you absolutely for sure cannot initiate on anyone else besides Katarina. Like you have to kill Katarina first. I hate everything. I'm assuming that's a giveaway that you lost, which I mean, that doesn't surprise me with what with how this is going right now. But like this build is just not correct. The war like overall, like if I'm just giving you like bullet points, this build needs to be like changed. Like I'm pretty sure this is the same exact build in the same exact order, except I think you had maybe a chalice or something beforehand last game. So I feel like you might just be too static. Like you're like, okay, I'm gonna build this, then this, then this, then this. Like you need to be willing to like look at their team. Like that's another thing. Tab is your friend. Like hit tab, see Katarina. Well, I mean, you shouldn't even need to hit tab in this game. Katarina is literally just like melting the world. You shouldn't need to like see, oh, she's 9-4 with 10 assists, and like you shouldn't need to see that. Like you should just know that she is literally melting the world. But yeah, and just be willing to build like Merc Treads and Negatron Cloak rather than Boots of Mobility and Warden's Mail. Like these boots have literally done you nothing. The Warden's Mail, I mean, at least is a defensive item, but like on top of that, I would for sure build the Giant's Belt first because at least that helps you somewhat against Katarina too. Like this just doesn't do a whole. I mean, if you get hit, then you reduce the attack speed by 10 seconds from like Jinx. But if you get hit by anyone else, this is literally like nothing. At least if you have 380 health, that helps you a little bit against Cat and helps you actually more against Jinx. But like, I know, like this, you should not be bot. Like, I mean, you need like, especially you haven't got any wards on Baron. Like, you just need to like. It's not like this was at your tower. If this was up at your tower, I'd say okay. But I mean, it was like all the way up here. You just wait for the Corki to come and take the farm. It's like now, instead of like using the time when your team was up here and you being safely able to ward like here or up in Baron or whatever, you instead were bot lane, and now you can't safely ward anything. And I mean, you know they're here, but you don't have wards on it. But now that you know they're here, you should at least get a ward here and here. Like you need to like use the knowledge that they're somewhere and then use that against them and go to the other side and get vision, especially when you don't have vision on that other side. Like these two wards are like too damn deep right now. Like I don't think you had anything to do with it because you weren't there. Like you said, you were bottom. But those are like just not going to help at this point. I think it will help if you guys push back out, but you don't have this middle vision, so you can't really push back out safely right now. So now, I don't know. Like you're just kind of dripping back and forth. Like once again, you're pretty safe to go up here. Like you have this vision, and your team was just over here. So you could have been up with them, like trying to get a ward either here, or on Baron, or here, like anywhere. Somewhere up there. Anything would be better than nothing. Instead you're just kind of hanging back, not doing much. Also, this would help Nasus. Like, had you had this vision over here, Nasus would be in a lot better spot. Like, now he just has to be in prey if they're not there yet. But, like, even if they aren't there, they could easily just be doing Baron. There's nothing you can really safely... Like, this Nasus is probably... This is probably the right play, but that is, like, insane. Like, in terms of, risk. Like, they could easily have been on it their way and just killed him. And even if they were at Baron, they probably could have just kept doing it. Like, this is where I'd be okay with you standing here and dropping a ward here to at least start your vision up towards, like, this area. But now that, like, your team led the way, okay, you're fine. Now you drop a ward right here, or drop a ward right here. So that's good. Finally got that ward. Good, sweeper. See if Baron's clear, or Baron's warded. Good hook. That's perfect. Good flay. Drop a shield on the front. Okay, you didn't do that, but that didn't end up mattering. This is kind of weird. I mean, I guess that is their jungler, but, like, you guys still don't have enough vision. Like, had you guys had more vision up here, or, like, here, I mean, you guys, they're on you guys now, so now you really can't do this. Also, dropping a ward here is really important when you know that they're going to be coming around like this. I'd just drop a ward in here. Either way, up, and there goes Katarina. So, like, now, because you guys don't have vision here or here, while this fight is breaking out, you just kind of took a blind hook, which, I mean, ended up not mattering, but, like, you weren't going to be able to do anything there. But, like, that fight just shows the importance of like, of vision, like, everywhere around you, especially when you're trying to do a crazy risky Baron like this. Like, if you just ward this, when the first person comes up, you can, like, initiate on them and maybe make it a 5v3 and then retry Baron. If you just had this warded, you could instantly initiate on that Riven, who was too far ahead of these other people, and had that little bit of a window to possibly kill someone. Instead, like, they all are able to get kind of, like, in the perfect spot. Riven's in front, Morgana's in front, Jinx and Ket are in back. Like, they're all in the perfect spot to be, like, just have a good team fight, and you guys just get screwed. That's the key, like, honestly, to this game, especially in solo queue, is making the first move. Because if you guys had made the first move, like I said, with you initiating on Riven while she was, like, way too far in front, like, there was literally at least, like, a 1 second space, and I think Katarina was even farther back. You guys could have gotten, like, a kill basically for free while their carries weren't doing anything, but instead you guys kind of just let them get into a perfect position and just got crushed, which is that's just how it was gonna be when you were tanking Baron, plus them just being a lot stronger than you guys. So at this point, let's watch them take Baron. They get Baron. So now at the, like, you know that you're not gonna be, like, going too far. So here, I would ward this, I would ward this, I would ward this, and maybe here or here, like, probably up here. Like, those are the 4. Like, basically, you always want to try to have 3. You always obviously want to have your 3 wards out, and probably do you have a pink? You do have a pink, so you could get your 4 wards. So I'd probably put your pink here, because this is the one that's hardest for them to get to. So you want to put your pink as far back as possible, so that they can't just clear it like really easily. So I'd put your pink here. I'd put a green here, put a green here, and hopefully put a green here. Maybe you can't do it. Maybe you can. But, like, this and this are the, like, for sure, like, most important ones, and this one's pretty important as well if you can do it. Dude, when this Katarina's like, just drop a ward. You had to have seen the Katarina following you. If you drop a ward there, you can see you can see faster that there was literally like 27 of them coming, and maybe you wouldn't have done this. or reacted sooner to, like, I mean, you still had to have seen that happening because you had this ward, but maybe, like, you were just so set on, like, oh, look, Katarina's here, we can pick her off, and the fact that you, like, saw them, like, last second, you maybe just didn't quite react fast enough to be like, oh, wait a second, maybe we shouldn't do this. That's why, like, once again, vision's really important. Yes?
1 o'clock.
Okay.
There's where these speaks up there.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, looks... Alright. Looks like this game is just over. Nothing, man. Get this in hib. Get that in hib. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know. This fight is just kind of LOL. But at that point, there was really nothing that was going to happen. No, they end the game. But it just shows, like, how important vision is, and the fact that, like, you guys got absolutely raffle stomped the bot and still actually had a chance. Just in terms of vision, really couldn't be stopped without the vision. And yeah, I don't know why I'm watching this in slow mo. Oh my god, that hurt. GG.